Hi, my name is Super Slackov, and today we're going to take a look at the Fuji X-A1. I recently bought this item off of my local auction site at a very cheap price. In total, with the 7Artisan 28mm f1.8 lens and the camera, it totaled cost me about just about $200. Okay, so is it still worth it in 2020? I think so. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. It's a nice camera. It's one of the Fuji cameras. It's real nice. I mean, it has the top dials and everything. I mean, you can see I have a manual lens and I'm trying to focus with my one hand, and I can handle the whole camera with my one hand. The great thing about this camera is its portability and image quality. It has the same size sensor as any other camera on the market, any other DSLR. So let's take a look at these image photos I took, and let's check out the quality. I mean, you can see the creamy bokeh of the 7Artisan lens, and I don't think the sensor is that bad. It's actually pretty good. I mean, look at the images. These are like non-processed images. I haven't used any kind of Photoshop or anything with these images. I'm just showing you the images right from my Google Photos. Okay, and these are some of the photos I took of some kids who work in my area in a tea stall shop. Poor kids, but still. So when they saw the camera, they told me to give them some of the Facebook profile pics, and I decided to do that. And you can see it came out pretty good. I mean, with a bit of Instagram filters and everything, and these things will look even better. And that's the shop they work at. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the camera. It's small, it's versatile, and it's really great. The camera is so small that I got a man bag, also known as a woman's purse. Well, it's a bag. It's okay. It will do. See this small bag. The camera will fit nicely inside it, along with my power bank and say a notebook, etc. And it's very travel convenient. And nobody looking at this will see a travel bag. So now let's look at some video samples. This is shot straight from without any post-processing from the Fuji X1, and you can see the quality. I mean, yeah, my hand is shaking a little, as you can see, but overall I think the quality came out pretty good. It records 1920 into 1080, which is 1080p video at 30 fps, and I personally think it's perfect for any kind of regular use. I mean, it's no Sony X1000 but A6000, but still it's pretty good. I mean, you can see the quality of the camera. It can shoot video pretty well. You can blog with it, or you can like shoot your friends' videos, or like see, the 7Artisan lens works real well with this camera again, and it works beautifully. Now here you can see I shot in portrait mode, same 1920 into 1080 resolution of the camera, and it turns out pretty good. The great thing about this camera and this lens is that with the declicked aperture on the lens, you can do shallow depth of field testing. See, right now I put it down to f22, and you can see everything is in focus. And again, if I like reduce the aperture and bring it back to f1.8, you can see we get a pretty good shallow depth of field. So overall, in 2020, this camera is still very worth it. I would say get it, don't worry about it, and you'll have a lot of fun. Currently I'm using a 5D Classic, or also known as a 5D Mark I, and you can see it's quite chunky. It will not fit in that bag, and overall it's a full frame camera. And I have and with a 40mm, even with a 40mm f2.8 pancake lens, it's not that small. And people gets intimidated when they see it. I mean, they don't want to let you take their pictures, etc. But with the Fuji, I mean, you can go out, people think it's a toy camera and will like smile at your camera. I mean, the size of the camera and the lens does really matter. And look, You have to carry this camera bag. This is the smallest thing you can you can find to fit the 5D Classic. But with the Fuji, I can even carry it in my pocket sometimes. So it's very worth it in 2020. Get it, guys.